So we're doing something a little different tonight because, like I said, it's not only you guys, but we have people watching in movie theaters from around the country. It's pretty amazing. It's kind of unprecedented. Okay, so how much, if anything, does the cast know about physics?
I know nothing.
Nothing.
I know a little bit.
I know how to pronounce advanced physics. I can pronounce that.
I sometimes can't pronounce it,
Yeah.
so.
He says psychics, and, you know, we forgive him.
I can't even spell it.
But you sent me, when they found the Higgs boson, you sent me an email, and you were very excited about it.
Me?
You did, remember?
Yeah, you're right.
So you,
Well, I read the news. I just don't necessarily know what I'm reading. But I knew that related to our show and that we had really struck gold.
Rumor has it, this is Chuck and Bill, that you guys were together, your friends, you're like, let's make a show, and you went through a few other things, and then you guys went, I know, physicist, that will be hilarious.
Well, we'd all seen A Beautiful Mind, and what a funny movie that was.
there was originally talk of, could that be a musical?
Yeah.
It's Chuck's thing.
No, actually, yeah, we were going all over the place looking for something to do together, and I don't even know why you were telling me stories about computer programming in New York in the 80s, and talking about the guys that he worked with, and they were fascinating. They were deeply troubled, but they were fascinating, and we were also working on an idea about a young woman who's going off to the big city to, sounds strangely like Mary Tyler Moore, but to start her life, and there was a moment in the room where we went, well, what if they...
What if these guys
met
that girl? Yeah.
And then we proceeded to...
But Chuck didn't want them, because we had talked about computer programs, and Chuck didn't want them to be in that world because that was a world of commerce.
Yeah, taking them out of the money world of the next killer app, they immediately became more interesting.
Did you realize that it would be way more super awesome if you put the hottest chick in the world, Kaley Cuoco, in there?
You know, that first scene in the pilot, when the hello scene, is still one of my favorite moments.
It's cute.
It's just simply them saying hello, and they really are incapable of saying more than hello. They kept saying hello. And that was the entire encounter between Johnny and Kaley in that first moment.
Jim. Yeah.
And Jim. But yeah, Jim jumped in
Hello,
with a few
hello.
hellos. Yeah, we weren't sure where were we going with Sheldon at that moment.
No, yeah, I just didn't know why we were saying hello.
Yeah.
My intention.
So Simon, you floating in space. First of all, were you actually in space? And second of all, if not, like, how did they harness that?
I'll answer
Tell
the
people.
second question. I was not in space. I hate to spoil the illusion. I was sitting on basically like a bicycle seat that really, I feel for the cyclists out there. Yet I don't feel, because it really numbed me below the waist at a certain point. But yeah, it was, and then there were just, you know, some Teamster guys, almost, it was like a seesaw. So it's not quite, you know, who are lifting me and pulling me, and then the rest of it is just was the body movement of kind of floating, but it's not the romantic thing that you picture. It's like big guys with beers on the other end of a seesaw, like, come on. You know, and I'm like trying to figure out how to do that, and
Was there an actual apparatus, or were you green screened?
no, we were in the space station, like
Real
in a space station. No, sorry, in a space
No
station
way.
set.
We built.
I know you wish I was in space, but yeah, it was a set, and then yeah, and then they just did some camera tricks, and they took out the seesaw, you know, with VFX and stuff, so that I wasn't on a seesaw in the space station. Yeah, it was great.
Can I add in here? First off, watching him do that, you know, we can talk about the seesaw all we want. Everything about his anti-gravity movement, if that's what it's called, was completely him.
Yeah.
It was
Amazing.
absolutely
It really
astounding.
was amazing.
Unbelievable.
And
Here to anti-gravity physical movement. A lot of fans in the house.
But also, we thought it was like we were not working with him anymore because for 4 episodes or so, all of his scenes were pre-shot in there. Every time you saw Simon on stage, you go, oh God, I miss you. You know, it was like, I wish you'd come back and do our show again sometime. And everybody was rough.
You guys seemed so much happier when I was.
We were on land.
Yeah, I missed everybody as well, so it was nice to touch down.
Okay, Johnny and Kaley. Penny finally told Leonard that she loves him. That happened.
Yeah, that was cute. You know, do you want to hear a secret about that scene? We only did that in 1 take.
That's true.
It was a very special take, and right? It was 1 take, right?
I think so.
Now, like, did I just think it was 1 take? No, it was.
You're
one
right.
take. Yeah, the night of audience. It was cool.
Well, do you guys remember what you said to each other right after that take? Because I was
Yes.
there, I remember.
What? I don't.
I came out to tell you guys, that was beautiful, it's never gonna be better than that, it's 1 take. And then Kaley said to Johnny, I don't know about you, but we started the scene, and it was like the audience went away, and the cameras went away, and it was just us.
It did. It felt like we were just really in it.
As opposed to the scenes with all of us.
Yes.
Yeah. No. When I'm in scenes with all of you, I still imagine no one's there. In my scene by myself. Yeah.
Melissa, can you tell us about Bernadette's voice?
That's actually my real voice. It's actually very similar to my mother's voice, except without the Jersey accent. You wouldn't want to, if Bernadette had a Jersey accent, it would be weird. She'd be like, microorganisms. So that tonally, it's very similar to my mother's voice.
Kunal, Raj.
We pet him all day long. So fun.
Anyway, how does it feel to explore this relationship with Lucy?
It's great because you play this character for, 6 years, and you, in my case, like you grow affection for that character, like you really want to see that character succeed. And I've grown a lot of affection for him, and I sort of care for him, and it's really lovely to see him get to explore that side of himself, which I think has been a miss for so long because he's been seeing the growth of his friends, and we can joke and laugh, but I think ultimately for him, he really wants this, and I think he's a good guy. Like I think he deserves it. So it's really fun to get to play that side of him and to see him vulnerable and sort of drop that false sense of bravado, although he's not really dropping it. But I mean, so it's really wonderful because I care for him and I don't know if he'll succeed or not, but it's just nice for him to get to explore that side of him. I think it's really sweet.
Jim and Mayim, the spanking. Just go.
Well, the spanking was in the script from moment 1. It was in the table read of the episode. However, it was off camera. And it was like this trio of a joke that went on. There were 3 things we did throughout the episode that were supposed to be off camera, and we would pan to these, I guess, monkeys in your apartment, see no evil, hear no evil, whatever. And the naughty happened off camera. Well, throughout the taping, it was like we were dropping one monkey scene, and we were doing it on camera, we were dropping another, and by the end of the taping, it was like, we're gonna do this damn spanking on camera. And it was, I would say, one of the hardest things I've ever had to do because I found it tremendously amusing. I was pissed because I thought, well, damn it, I would have practiced how to control myself if I'd have known all week. But all week I was slapping that ass off camera. And you have no idea how game this one is for crap like that. I'm not kidding. What?
You were lying down on that couch. It's like, here it comes.
I remember being my dressing room while you guys were shooting that because it was the end of the show, and I didn't know there were any, I still thought it was off camera. And I'm like, God, what is taking so long? And I come down, and I just see this big TV with him spanking her ass, and I'm like, what the hell happened? What have I been doing? What did I miss? It was very visual.
They've never requested that many takes before.
It was a lot of takes.
There was some redness.
I never saw it, but I did ask her. And I told her, I said, look, to get the sound we want.
I said, you let me have it.
It's all in the name of art.
That's right.
How did the word bazinga originate?
Stephen Engel Stephen was a writer on the show, I think in the second season, I think. And that was Stephen's word for gotcha. And he would use it in the writer's room. He would often use it by, he would put together a hollowed out grapefruit.
Yes.
And give it to me. And
Scotch tape.
Scotch tape it.
Together.
And then I would say, this looks like a lovely grapefruit to have. I think I'll cut into it. And I would open it up, and it would be empty, and Stephen would say, bazinga. And that is the level of humor you miss out not being part of a professional comedy writer's room.
Now it's a B.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's one of my questions. Thank you for the transition, Chuck Lorre. There's a bee named bazinga.
Something bazinga, yeah.
Euglossia bazinga.
You brought it up, and now you don't want to talk about it?
I don't know anything about bees.
Well, no, well, again, I read the news, and apparently this bee has been around, obviously, for a very long time, and if I understood it correctly...
They were having trouble classifying.
They had trouble...
Because it looked like another bee. It looked
So they felt that it was playing a joke.
Don't all
on them,
bees look
basically.
like another bee? What?
No.
Nobody asked you. Nobody asked you.
I don't read the news.
Yeah, so then he revealed himself, bazinga, I'm a bee, or a new bee.
He said that? The bee said that?
In his
That's so cool.
way.
His own way.
His way.
This is one of those times where I'm glad I don't understand English that well.
There's also an asteroid named Sheldon Cooper. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Please don't hit Earth.
I don't know anything about that.
You don't know about that?
No, I mean, I knew it existed,
was
but I
in the
don't know
news.
why they
news,
did
yeah.
that.
This is for Kunal and Simon. What's your favorite Raj and Howard bromance moment?
On or off camera? I'm trying to remember. There's so many.
The first time we kissed was really cool.
On or off?
Off camera.
I think that for me the best moment was when we were doing, remember that device where you kiss into one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was actually.
That was really hard to keep a straight face through.
I transcended even trying to keep a straight face. I think in a run through, I started crying.
Yeah.
And I lost track of what my job was and why people wanted to watch that, and there was a prop guy just just spraying it with disinfectant,
antiseptic.
I don't want these lips to be too dirty. I'm like, well, this is disgusting at its core. So you can clean the lips all you want. We have an open sort of, we like...
It's not too open.
Well... I also there was a moment where I were eating cake and you say something about parking in the garage.
In your parking it in the rear of your garage.
Oh, the dream you had, the tunnel.
I had a dream where I had a house and you had a house, and it's funny because they were connected, and my backyard, your front yard was connected to my backyard. And then I asked him, what do you think that means?
Yeah.
Face is like...
And then I just have to look at Kunal and count down until he starts laughing hysterically.
Yeah, I'm the worst.
At his own line.
Jim,
Yes.
how did you develop Sheldon's laugh?
I do not know. I really don't. I don't know, but I know they won't let me quit doing it.
are times when we'll be in the writer's room and we'll be pretty sure that Jim will be able to invent something. And we'll put it in the script. And my favorite moment was when they were going to go cheer up Leonard, I think, and they said smile. And what we wrote in stage direction was something like, Sheldon smiles, it's unpleasant. And we thought, you know, he'll come up with something or he won't. If he doesn't, we'll write something else. But then we came down to the stage.
It was.
Well, that's the kind of direction I really respond to. That general. It's when it gets specific that it sends me to YouTube, and I'm like, there was a recent one. Even today, you wanted me to sing something like a soul singer, and I thought, well, I don't know what that exactly means. I've heard soul. Do it. No.
But we also, when we wrote theremin in for Jim, and he went and learned to play the theremin, of course we wrote harp in for Mayim, and she went to learn to play the harp. But the theremin is an almost impossible instrument to play, and then you were so upset, I'm not that good a theremin player, you would say.
That brought me to tears. I won't lie. I'm not exaggerating. That one made me cry.
But you should know when Sheldon is playing the theremin in the show, Jim is really playing the theremin. We did not go in and add that later. That is all real.
I don't know if it's impressive, actually,
It's
that he
very
says that. I'm not sure.
Did you really eat the blueberry pies? Really?
That was awful.
I mean, we didn't.
That looked fake to you?
No, it didn't look fake. That's what scares me.
That
It
was
looked
no
real.
CGI.
Well, when we first started, no one told me not to try and breathe through my nose. And I'm a
Common sense, but
highly allergic. Highly allergic person. Remember, my eyes were watering for weeks after I had blueberry in my eyes.
we all
I
hurt.
kept them open. It was terrible.
I think that was more traumatizing for Jim and I than the girls.
Everyone hated. None of us wanted to see that episode play.
For you?
Well, or we were just more vocal about our complaints, maybe. That was,
Men usually are.
that was really unpleasant.
It was gnarly.
Yeah.
We did it 2 days in a row.
I know, I remember.
The flash mob. Kaley.
It had just been a dream of mine to do a flash mob, and I said, guess what? You're all doing it with me. I had this idea for many moons, many years, many seasons. I thought, gosh, that'd be so awesome. So I kind of asked around the crew if they'd be interested, and they were like, oh my God, that would be so fun. So I kind of told the cast, I did tell them, we're doing this. And I said, I want to surprise the writers. We'll do it in front of a live taping. I didn't know how we're going to pull this off, but my sister happens to be an incredible dancer and choreographer. So I called her, I'm like, okay, I have this idea. I want to do a flash mob with our entire crew in front of a taping in like 2 weeks. Here are the songs. I sent her 6 songs because I wanted it to be really long. And I'm like, do you think you can put this together? She called me back in 30 minutes. She goes, I have it. And put herself on her phone to show me. And I'm like, you don't have it. She did the whole thing. She had done the whole thing. And came the next day, and our crew took a long lunch, and we learned it. And the guys and the girls, we all learned it. And we did it, and it was the best moment of my life. And we didn't tell anyone. We didn't tell the writers. It was funny because it was the end of a show. So the show had wrapped, but we all went into the living room set. And the writers were like, everyone's like, we didn't write another scene. You know, we're sitting in there like ready to go. And then the music started, and it's magic.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah, you guys
It was the best thing I've ever done.
You got some good moves. Jim Parsons stood in the background.
To his defense, he didn't get a lot of time to learn it. He was very busy that week.
Kaylee was very kind and
But I said, you gotta be in this. You
Here's
gotta
the
do
deal. Would you please just stand there and watch us, and when the whole thing's over, just go, bazinga, or not. You say whatever you want. And I said, it's a deal. And I was very grateful for my choreography.
Yeah.
Johnny had a solo.
Johnny had a solo.
It just,
Well, I wouldn't call it a solo.
Nobody else spun on their butt.
it was
It's really all I could contribute. For
But you came to rehearsal and you were very surprised.
The last
I
day.
think he thought it was just the most ridiculous
Kaley
idea.
kept coming to my room and saying, come on, you have to come down for a flash mob rehearsal. And I said, no,
I have a life
don't.
to live.
No, I don't. And, but I came down and I saw the last rehearsal, and all of a sudden, after rolling my eyes for 2 weeks, I said, no, I really want to be a part of it.
Yeah, it was so fun.
But I don't have time to learn the whole thing, so I'm just going to come in and do a backspin, which for good or ill, I usually say for weddings. So that was my little contribution. I didn't want to be left out.
It was
entirely.
amazing watching the crew,
Oh, yeah.
like
Rehearse.
50-year-old white males dropping it like it's
In the
hot.
corners, too. It was so cute that night because it was a taping. So if you were kind of behind the scenes or near craft service or walking around, you saw someone back there going,
Yes.
Everyone was
trying to memorize their
Secretly, because it was
moves.
supposed to be a surprise.
Secretly.
Melissa and I were practicing in my dressing room. I
Yes.
kept saying, Melissa, I don't know it. Please come in and show me.
It's really actually touching for me to watch it. It's such a testament to how much we all, the crew included, just love spending time together.
Yeah.
I mean, in season 6 to give your lunches up, to stay later after rehearsal, for dance rehearsal, for a flash mob. You would think after 6 years, you'd be like, I'm out of here. I got family members. guys."
Everyone stayed, by the way. Everyone on that crew.
It's really-
It was just amazing.
That's evidence of how incredible our workplace is.
And a little tidbit, because I love my sister. After the flash mob, Chuck loved her too, and she ended up choreographing for 2.5 Men that dance number that they
Yeah,
did.
well, she killed it. She killed it. It was like 50 dancers, and she
Yeah.
cool
It was
girl.
awesome.
she's
yeah.
amazing,
Very
amazingly
cool.
talented woman.
She was in the clips that
Yep,
that
that's
we
right.
played earlier. She's the girl who says yes to the
Valentine's Day
wedding
episode.
proposal.
Yeah.
Is Kaylee's sister Brie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
She's
yeah.
been very good to her. Yeah,
you
I
didn't
know.
get the
Isn't that cute? That bitch stole my man.
How do you all keep straight faces when you're shooting really, really funny scenes? I mean,
We
that's-
don't. Well, he doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
No, but it's so cute. I love that about you.
that my castmates are very funny. They don't
No,
think...
no,
Laughing
it's
at
your
your
own
own
jokes that
jokes.
crack you up.
Yeah.
No, but I think it's charming and very cute when you laugh.
Thank you.
I do it
Sometimes
too.
it is contagious to yourself.
Yeah.
It catches on.
If you could have any item from the set in your own home, what would it be?
I think about this a lot. It actually makes me.
You do?
No, I think of like, at the end of a show and then like,
What
it's
am I
like-
going to steal?
Yeah, yeah.
He's just nailing it.
It's amazing.
We have you guys have the sword from the Game of the Thrones in the guy's apartment.
Oh, where would you put that? Not that computer I carry around. That is the heaviest laptop I've
is.
ever. The curse words that have flew out of my mouth during tapings when I have to get that damn thing in a bag. So that's what I'm not taking.
When I'm kind of pacing around and running my lines, I found myself in front of the refrigerator in our apartment set, staring at this takeout menu of Thai food a lot. And I don't know, and I catch myself staring at it for like 20 minutes while I run my lines.
It's the most inane
It's got
food in
crazy
the world.
typos.
Yeah.
It's got
It's
crazy
like
typos,
candied
too.
curry,
All right,
Indian
we're gonna fight for that takeout menu.
Well, that would be nice, something matted and framed and
Yeah.
hang that up. That sword. No.
Yeah, I don't want this sword.
How much Klingon did you speak before the Big Bang Theory?
I'd never even heard it spoken before the Big Bang Theory. I've learned so much.
Jim, there's Klingon in the scene, and Jim said, well, I hope there isn't a lot. I mean, I know a little. I can ask for directions. I can get a room at a hotel, but I hope it's not a lot.
What about the Star Trek makeup when you guys got lost in the car? That was, wow.
Makeup.
I had the worst.
Knowles was the hardest.
It was long. I got to set at 5 a.m. and we finished. I took it off at like 8 p.m. I think.
That doesn't sound as bad as we thought it might.
Yeah, I know. That's
Everyone's like,
Okay.
the thing is, I couldn't talk because I had the mustache and the.
It was
goatee.
fantastic.
yeah.
So if you watch the episode, I'm talking like this the whole episode because I
That's how
can't
you
really
talk?
talk.
I thought that's how you talk.
Well, I bobble my head a little more, but I think that like that was the hardest thing is the mustache was tickling.
He said it, mustache. This was all a ploy to get him to say mustache.
mustache.
It's just like being back home.
Where did the soft kitty, warm kitty song originate?
This is from my daughter's preschool in Sherman Oaks, and they used to sing Soft Kitty, and I'd never heard it before, and I guess it was from Australia, and one of the teachers had heard it there.
But then Bill came down to the stage with a recorder
Oh my
to play us
God.
the melody.
Oh, God.
He's right. I'd wipe that out of my head, Johnny.
We were all kind of
sweet
staring
Jesus.
at him playing the recorder, and then he stopped and looked at us and said, if any of you wondered why I'm the writer on a nerd show, this might answer your question.
How about the Smurf makeup? I'm curious. How about the Smurf?
Oh, that was so cool.
I'm still wiping it off. Like, I'm still finding it in places.
That was quite an ordeal. You had a hilarious moment. We both had to sit next to each other, and there's just a point where you just start to like go into kind of a meditative state, because you're just sitting there, it's like hour 2, and it's just a guy just rubbing as hard as you can, and you're already blue, and you don't know how much bluer you can get. But they're convinced it's gonna be another hour and a half of blueness, and then they had to take it off, and then I was sitting next to Melissa. I finished first, but then you later realized.
Oh, all right, we're gonna get intimate for a second. Keep it here and in the movie theaters. And online.
I'm sorry.
And it'll follow.
Hulu.
Okay, so they're taking it off, and it was hours of getting this stuff off, and it was getting late into the night, and I have really sensitive skin, so they're like packing me with like hot towels, and I'm starting to fall asleep, and it's 2 dudes, and then my regular makeup artist who went out of the trailer to get some more hot towels, and I'm in a bodysuit underneath this dress, and they were like, could you just lift up your legs to get the rest of the makeup out from under your legs? So I lift my legs up and close my eyes, and I hear one of the guys go, huh? And I just thought, oh, they're just telling jokes back and forth to each other as I lie here. And then I look in the mirror, and I was like, what's that? What is that? And I was like, dear Lord Jesus, that's my business. I had totally exposed myself, and then I put my legs down and then just looked at them and said, long night.
I haven't actually been to y'all set, but is that just one? That's one little thing of stairs. You have to keep going around and around and around in, right?
Just one.
Yeah.
It's disgusting because Johnny likes to chew gum before the scenes, and he sticks the gum, or when you go down, there's nothing except just a wooden wall, and there's nothing on that wall but a wall of Johnny's gum for 6 years.
I didn't know that was funny.
And I swear to God, there's one pecan that has been lying on the floor for 6 years.
It's growing other pecans, though, so
Exactly.
it's really cute. We don't want to kill it.
I think what's sad is how easy it was to get up those stairs season 1. It's not so easy anymore. Sometimes we're like, God, is anyone else winded? Dying. Didn't think about that a few years ago.
Before this night ends, we have to say thank you to everyone here. This is so thrilling for us that you care enough to go out and do this. Thank you.
Our time is up, and you guys have been so amazing.
Thank you all so
Great
much.
audience. Thank you.